Alicia says trying to date is a disaster. There's so many people that have it, but I've never met anyone else.
And
Life
it's like, why is
coach?
it why is it a disaster? Number one, and like, yeah, you're like so many people have it, but like you've never met anyone. Just because you have, they just haven't told you they have it. So chances are you've met someone with herpes. You just don't know because they haven't told you because they don't feel comfortable disclosing. So people always ask, how do we do this publicly? We do this publicly because we broke the stigma for ourselves first. So if you break the herpes stigma for yourself, dating won't be a disaster. Dating's not a disaster for me. That's not my reality. Dating is not a disaster for a lot of people in the herpes community because, like, once you really do, as you do the healing and acceptance, like Shayna said, awareness, becoming aware of what you got going on and accepting really your diagnosis, herpes will become less of a disaster and become more of a way to protect your peace, more of a way to weed out the guys or the girls who are only want to be with you for a physical relationship. Herpes will start to actually have benefits for you if you choose to perceive it that way. But if you perceive your herpes as gross and dirty and something you should be ashamed about, it's gonna be a disaster. But it doesn't have to be a disaster. I want to encourage you.
Yeah. If it's a disaster, it's not because of your herpes,
Yeah,
because that's not our reality. And we're
yeah.
showing you that there could be a different reality with herpes. Me and Amber, we're both authors, and we wrote a journal for the community titled You Don't Love Yourself. Trigger warning, it's not your herpes. And it's a journal that takes you through a lot of triggering questions to find out the root to how you're really feeling about yourself, to put into perspective why it's not your herpes and it's everything else. For me, herpes brought a lot of shit to the surface. When I got hit with the stigma was when I decided to date, and that's when I started to feel the shame and embarrassed and dirty and worthless. And it was a narrative I didn't want to accept. So I took a
Hmm.
pause, y'all, to figure that part out. There's no way I was gonna let a virus, something that I can't help that I have, change how I showed up for me, change how I loved on me. When it comes to me, I'm the flex, I'm the blessing. It's not about whether
Hmm.
you're going to accept my herpes or not. If you want to be with this blessing, you have to accept my herpes. That's point blank, period. Or you can get the stepping.
Mood.
But that's just how I feel about myself. You see what I'm saying here? I'm not out
Big
here
mood.
trying to find somebody to love me, find somebody to want me, find somebody to accept my herpes. I want me. I love me. I accepted my herpes. You have to do that if you want to be in my life.
Yeah, I'll say that I used to. That used to be my only requirement. After my diagnosis, after I got herpes, in my first couple disclosures, when I wasn't really healed, when I was just really super scared to tell somebody, super insecure about it still, but still wanted to be with a guy, still wanted to maybe have sex, or still wanted that companionship of a man, I would be really scared, but I would finally work up the nerve. The word herpes would literally sit in my throat, like right here, and I would, through tears, finally get the disclosure out. And they say, some were cool with it, some were not, but the ones that were cool with it would be like, okay, and then I would immediately just have sex with them because they accepted my herpes. Like that was my only criteria to date me, was you accepted my herpes. Now it's just like that goes without saying that you accept my herpes. I have literally standards and boundaries that lets I compare, you who you show up to be, who you show me as, but accepting my herpes is like literally non-negotiable.
Yeah. Like just because you accept my herpes don't mean you're gonna sleep with me.
Period.
Just because you accept my herpes don't mean I'm automatically gonna want to be with you. Get out of here. Excuse me. Excuse my language, but get out of here. My thing is,
We
I know how I show up in this world. My purpose is so grand. I pour light into this people. I'm raising the vibrations of this world with my partner doing this herpes can never movement. That is a flex within itself. How I show up as a mother, an entrepreneur, I'm educated. I just know who I am. I am the flex. So if herpes is enough for you to step, you was only here for what I have in between my legs, which means my herpes is doing the work for me and getting rid of people who don't need to be in my life in the first place. I ain't gotta waste my time. All
Periods.
right, y'all. We got a lot of
Periods.
comments going on. Me and you was just a talking.
Hey,
Let me
ranting, baby.
let me see what's going on in here.
I just
Soul
got my
sisters.
notifications as blown up. Y'all are hitting the website. We see y'all.
Soul sisters, your awareness have been highly beneficial for me through this spiritual journey. I love that. I don't have H, but I'm here for your confidence. You're amazing. I need your level of confidence. Twist, Twisted Crown. I love you. Thank you for that. And what I'm about to say, I'm not trying to come at you or burst your bubbles. I'm just spreading awareness. You don't have to say you don't have herpes to support. That's that stigma right there. See how you stigmatize and you don't even have herpes? That you feel the need to come here on a herpes platform filled with a whole bunch of people who probably have herpes to say, I don't have herpes. And now the whole bunch of people who do have herpes probably feel away because you said you didn't have herpes. And you're just going to just stop that, right? All you have to say is, I'm here for your confidence. You're amazing. I need your level of confidence. And then that's it. I love you. I thank you for the support. I don't mean to use you as an example, but I have to because that's how we spread the awareness. That's how we break down the stigma.
Yeah, we somebody becomes the example during every live because someone
Yeah,
always says that. We get so much support, herpes positive or not, and it's so greatly appreciated, but we have to make sure that this is a part of breaking the stigma. It's providing this education and this awareness out of love and genuine appreciation.
yes.